And I don't know about you, but I didn't give my real deadlines because I like to leave a little bit of space for people to fail me. This video is all about how you can increase your chances of getting into your #1 college by getting the very, very best recommendation letter in your school. Yes, I said it, in your school. First up, when to ask. Timing is everything. The best time to request your letters is in the spring of junior year. So ask them right before AP exams or at the end of junior year, right before summer break. Dang, I can hear you right now. Why so early, right? I'll tell you why. Because some teachers will only write a few recommendation letters and they could be done right around the time you're just getting up the nerve to ask. So that'd be pretty messed up. 2, you want them to do it during their summer break on their own time. And they can take their time to make you shine. You want the best letter possible as opposed to the rush of fall when they have all these students coming at them. They have classes that they're working on. So give your recommendation writers at least a month to write your recommendation letter. Who to ask? You can't just ask anybody. Usually you need 3 letters. 1 counselor recommendation letter and 1 or 2 teacher recommendation letters. Your counselor recommendation is just basically going to talk about you overall. You as a student in the school. They're going to bring together all the pieces of your application together. They're going to highlight some special things about you. And your teacher's recommendation letter is going to focus on you in the classroom, you as a learner. And if you can, check and see what it is that they'll be asking them on the recommendation form. Like if there's some sort of check off or they have to rate you, because you want to pick a teacher who's going to give the best answers. Pick teachers who know you and like you. I mean, you might like them, but they have to like you. If you've had run-ins with them before, even though things are cool now, I wouldn't. He asked me to write him a recommendation letter. I shall exact my revenge now. But we'll talk more about that later. Also, pick a teacher who's reliable, because we all know that teacher who's like mad cool. Everybody loves them. But even as a kid, you can tell they don't have their life together. And you don't want them saying, oh, I'm sorry, honey. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe my cat ate it or something. I just couldn't find it. My computer broke down. I'm sorry. Because it's too risky. And I know everyone always talks about your writing, but not the one who you're in class like, excuse me, miss, what's that word you wrote there? I'm not sure it's spelled like that. But if they truly love you and that's all you have, then you just gotta go with it, right? We just hope that when the admissions team sees their letter, they'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm reading a teacher recommendation letter and just to think they succeeded with this. We have to accept this student. We have to. Pick teachers where you've done well in their class, or you can pick teachers where you've worked really hard in their class and you've improved as a result of your hard work, and then they're able to talk about your grit and your persistence and your growth and your hard work ethic. That would be good too. If you can do 2 teacher recommendation letters, one should be related to your major and the other one can come from a different area. So like do one in humanities like English or history, and then you want another one that's either science or math. And when you apply in senior year, you haven't really spent a lot of time with any of your teachers yet. So make sure at least one of your teacher recommendation letters is from junior year. If you get to include a supplemental letter, it can be from someone outside. The thing is, just check on the number of recommendation letters that you actually need, how to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. I mean, this is what they do every single year. So they are expecting for students to ask them, but it really is a favor. They do not have to write you a letter and there's nothing you can do about it. So treat them with all of the kindness that you would treat someone when they're doing you a favor. Now, the wording of how you ask them is very, very important. Hear me. Ask them if they feel that they can write you a strong, positive college recommendation letter, and then watch their response. If there is the slightest bit of hesitation, run! Like, never mind, find somebody else. No problem, I just won't use the letter if I don't like it, you think, but you skipped a question. 9 times out of 10, you will never see that recommendation letter. Colleges have you sign a FERPA. It's a waiver where you give up your right to see your letter of recommendation. Now, when they present it to you, they present it to you like it's a choice, but there's only one real right answer. Release your rights. The reason why they do that is because colleges want to know that teachers are being completely honest and not that they're writing their letters with the pressure of you and your family saying, what are you writing? What are you writing? Now, sometimes teachers are really, really proud of their letters. Like, I've had teachers who loved their letters so much that they were like, look what I wrote about you. Like, if they just come and they show it to you. But officially, you can't see it. But no worries, because no one said you can't help them. Sometimes in trying to help, teachers may ask to see the rest of your application or a list of all your extracurricular activities, but you really don't want them just repeating what's on the rest of your application, which is what they would do if they saw it. And that would be a very bad recommendation letter. Every part of your application is supposed to flow together to reveal a related yet different part of you. So instead, show them your essay, and then when you ask them face to face, say this. Are you ready? It's a lot. Get a pen. It's like a proposal. Tell them something sweet but genuine about why you chose them to write your letter. Tell them, I feel like you know me as X, Y, and Z, and give them 2 to 3 qualities about you and some examples of how you've displayed those qualities. Remind them of some of the things that have happened in class involving you. Share some impactful things that you've learned in their classroom. Share how you've grown in their class. Tell them some of the contributions that you've made to class discussions. Like, remember that time when I shared this point and then everybody else got excited and jumped in too? Tell them about the extra work you did, or the achievements you've made in their class, like that time you set the curve. Talk about how you've interacted with other students in the class, whether you tutored them or you answered other people's questions, if there were opportunities to take on leadership roles in the class, or if you were a leader in a group project. Remind them of any way that you have ever helped them. Hey, everybody shut up and listen to the teacher. There you go, ma'am. And maybe tell them something that they don't know, like how you're using the things that you're learning in class outside the classroom, or maybe something about some of the obstacles that you've had to overcome in order to do well in their class, or share something fun that interests you and might be slightly related. Just give them as much detail and as much information as you can so that they can tell the college all the stuff that's behind the grade they gave you. And I would also send an email saying the exact same thing that you're saying in your face so that they can look back on it before you help them though. Ask, because most teachers will be like, yes, thank God, yes, send that right over. But there are a few teachers who would be like, what, do you think I don't know how to write a recommendation letter? So tread lightly. If this is helping you, could you help me help others by giving this video a thumbs up just so that it could spread? I'm Jordana. I make videos on getting into and getting through college. Next, a lot of schools, to help students give teachers the information that they need in order to write good recommendation letters, they give seniors brag sheets. Now, if your school's not handing out brag sheets, that's not a problem though, because the Common App has a brag sheet that you can use for your teachers and your counselors on their website. Or you can use the proposal I just gave you. Now, of course, all of this means that you have to actually be that person that you're asking them to write about. So I'm not telling you to be fake, but start thinking about what you want them to say. Even write down some notes, especially for my introverts. Sometimes it can help you to be that person in moments when you just don't feel like it. It keeps you focused. And I don't know about you, but I didn't give my real deadlines because I like to leave a little bit of space for people to fail me. Hopefully they won't, but you might want to push your deadlines up just a little bit just to be safe and give yourself some space in there. If the deadline is approaching and you're getting really nervous because they haven't uploaded their letter, you can send them a gentle reminder. You know, is there anything else that you need me to do? Any more information that you need? Just want to give a gentle reminder that the application deadline's approaching, especially if you're like early action, early decision. If you need to use your letter for another college or scholarship, you can tell them and you can ask them, you know, would it be possible for you to write this letter so that I can use it for other programs or colleges or scholarships too? And sometimes they'll be really nice and they'll say, oh, no need. I will personalize each one. Just let me know when you need another letter and where you need it for, and I'll send that out too, which would be really nice. And speaking of being nice, be nice. When all this is over, like write them a handwritten note and just say, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for making my dreams come true. Next, did you know that you could also get a complete stranger to recommend you to? Yes, in my next video, I'm going to show you how you can have such a great interview that the interviewer will run back and tell the college great stuff about you too. Right there. Check it out.